What's going on, guys? It's Wednesday night again. How are you? I hope you're having a good evening and had a good day. I did a long one. It's been a long week. Uh, I don't think I'm probably near as tired as the guys back in LJ, but I'm still tired nonetheless. We've had a lot going on, and we've been moving a lot of stuff. The guys back in LJ have been busting it to get it all loaded, and I've been getting it unloaded here. My wife's been helping me. A good friend of mine named John has been helping me. So thank you, John. And just been hard at it. It's been a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it in the end. It's going to be really good. Um, I want to jump right into something real quick. I just felt like doing this. So in the chat, if you will type in the word move starting right now, you're going to be entered to win a $25 Squadron gift card. We'll do the raffle in just a minute. Just type in the word move in the chat, and I'm going to give away $25 to use on our website in just a few minutes. So while you guys type all that in, I'll greet everybody in here. It's good to see you tonight, Jason. And yes, the progress on the shop. This happens to me a lot, whether it's at work, at a show, especially, and hopefully not as much, but even like on vacations and things with my family. All of the sudden, I realize, wow, I should have taken more pictures, and that was definitely the case during this move. So I do have some pictures, and I'll show them off here in just a few minutes, and when we get into that. But uh, I got to remember to take more pictures than I have so far. But anyway, it's good to see you tonight. Hey, Joseph, good to see you. And the heat, hope it ain't too bad. It's not too bad. It's pretty bad. We're having some really hot days in Georgia this week, but that's all right. It's all good. It's like 90 something out there. And you know how when you get in your car and you turn it on, the car tells you what the temperature is outside. Now, I'm fairly certain, or at least I sincerely hope that it's always high. But every day for the past couple of days, anyway, when we get in the car, my wife or me, you get in and it pops up. I think she sent me a picture today. It was 104, according to her car. So I don't think it was really that hot. You know how cars are. But either way, it was an awful picture to see. But anyway, and Wes, yes, sir, I do have my ice water in my new fancy Squadron cup that I think my mom made this for me for Father's Day. So, uh, very nice. Holds a lot more water than my normal cup. Definitely a good thing to have this week in all this heat for sure. Good to see you tonight, buddy. Hey, David, good to see you coming to us from Massachusetts, and got some storms headed your way? Well, thankfully, we supposedly do too. It has been super dry. My wife and my kids and I, we moved here to Ringgold about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I guess, somewhere in that ballpark. Full time, that is, moved here full time. This is where we live now. And ever since we moved, it hasn't rained a drop. So I have I got a big front yard, and I got some nice grass, and uh, very happy with it. It's very nice, and it's dead. It's, so move here, got a nice lawn, excited about it, and 2 or 3 weeks into it, it's brown and dead because we don't have any water. But supposedly we've got some rain coming in this evening, and it's supposed to rain for the next 4 days. So I really hope that's the case. So uh, glad you've got some storms coming your way for the water. Hopefully it's not too bad as far as storms goes, that is. Good to see you tonight, lawn care novice. Maybe you can come bring my lawn back to life. Oh man, David, good to see you tonight. And let's see, we are planning on seeing some fireworks somewhere. Gotta, being new to this area, we've got to figure out all the things like that to do. I guess there's some 4th of July festival going on in Chickamauga this weekend. We might try, and Ringgold next weekend. And I think there's some fireworks somewhere downtown in Chattanooga we might try to see. So it'll be fun. I'm sure there's a lot going on. Hope everybody else gets to see something cool. And by the way, anybody that's just getting in here, if you'll type in the word move, in the chat. In just a minute, I'm going to give away $25 for Squadron.com. Let's see. Long live the move, David says. Oh, that's what I just read. Ooh, I need some sleep, I guess. Greg, nice to see you tonight, buddy. Good to see you, Danny. Looks like you got your paint today. I'm glad you got it. Hope you get it put on a model real quick. And let's see, any idea when the Dragon destroyers, the German destroyers? No, I do not have an update on those. I assume they're coming right after they get done with the U.S. destroyers, but I don't have any information on that yet. All right, let's see. David says, hello. Hope the move has gone well. It is going well so far. And the move sale, yes, the moving sale was good. In fact, it helped a lot. We have less truckloads than we thought we were going to have. So that's a good thing. So the moving sale worked, and I hope all of you took advantage of that and got some good deals on some good stuff. Good to see you tonight, Rex and Michael. And Tom's with us again from Florida and the villages of the White Sands. Good to see you tonight, Ken. And it is showtime for sure. Here we are. I can't believe we're here again. It feels just like yesterday we were doing the June show and tell. And next week we've got the July show and tell show. So y'all send me some models so we have a lot to look at next week. Let's see. And Brian, yeah, same thing. Hard to believe it's almost 4th of July. It's time goes by fast. That is for sure. Good to see you tonight, Ken. And by the way, I did, if any of you normally watch this on Facebook Live, about an hour ago, they were having trouble getting connected, and I don't know why. So I put a post on Facebook inviting you to come join us on YouTube. So if you did that, welcome. Thank you. And if not, I did get the Facebook Live link working about 15 minutes ago. So let's see. Good evening to you too, Matt. And Michael is here, and it looks like you got to see the Quad City Air Show with an F-22 flight team. That's awesome. I have not seen I've seen those flying, but I've never seen their demo team. That would be pretty cool to see. Glad you got to see that. Bill is here from Murfreesboro, not too far away from me now. Or I guess I should say I'm not too far away from you now. Oh, man. Let's see. All right, I got just a few more seconds. If you want to add yourself to this $25 gift card giveaway, put the word MOVE into the chat, and I'll fire this off. Good evening to you too, Scott, coming to us from Idaho. And howdy, Mark. Good to see you. Derek is here. Hello. And Randy, working on another book review for Osprey. Awesome. That is good to hear. John's here. Looks like it's hot for you up there in North Carolina too, John. I guess it's hot everywhere this week, right? And Tom, the music of that plays during my countdown, I actually don't know the name of it. It's some stock footage in the software I use. I'll have to try to figure out what the name of it is because it is catchy. Hello, Joseph. Good to see you tonight. Let's see. And Bill, yeah, we'll jump into the updates here in just a second. And hello to you. Hello, Ed. And Barry is here. Good to see you, Monty. And TD did his help with the moving cell. Got you some 5 kits. Very good. Joseph, good to see you tonight. Not very far from us down in Somerville. So you'll have to definitely come up and check it out when we get everything ready. All right, let's fire this contest off and see who wins. All right, I've got to do it this way. Boom, got 40 people that have decided they want to try to win $25. And here we go. And the winner is David Miller Sr. There you go. You've got $25 gift card to use at Squadron.com. All you've got to do to redeem that is email me at info at squadron.com and let me know you're the winner. Put your YouTube name in there so I can verify everything, and I will email you back your code, and you can go shopping and get you some goodies. So I appreciate it. That's always fun to do, isn't it? Hadn't done that in a while. So glad to do it, and hope you find something that you can't live without. Let's see. Yeah, Jason, talking to Bill there. Yeah, I understand what you mean, man. It's that's how my shop was at my old house in LJ. I've got a little window unit in there, but it on hot days it just can't keep up, and it just is not the most fun thing to do to build models in the heat. So I can understand that for sure. All right, well, let me jump into a few things I want to show you guys and talk about and go over. Let's see. Scroll down past all of these uh, move chats. And as I always say, if I miss any chats, I'm sorry. You guys are great, and I love hanging out with you each Wednesday night. But we're getting so many of us hanging out that I'm inevitably going to miss somebody. So I apologize about that in advance. And I'm going to skip down here to David Lockhart. Good to see you tonight, buddy. How far off 75? It's about a few 100 feet off of 75. If you, and I know where you're at, so if you're coming up north on 75 headed to Chattanooga, we are right there off of the very last exit in Georgia, right before exit 1 in Tennessee. If you know where the Costco is, or what used to be the Cabela's, we're on that exit right behind Costco. So look forward to seeing you, and we'll have some more information on an open house. I don't know when it's going to happen. You'll see the current status of the warehouse in just a moment, and we're not going to have an open house until our big building is done, because the big building is where we're going to fix it up and make it nice. So, all right. So before we get into the update on the move, I got to talk about a few things that I'm kind of excited about, and I hope that you guys are too, but we'll see. So, one of the topics that has been in my email box almost every day for the past several months is, when is gold medal models items, or when are gold medal model items, that's a tongue twister, going to be available again? And if you're a ship modeler and you've been looking for the gold medal stuff, yes, it's been unavailable for a while. As you may or may not know, we bought gold medal models from Lauren Perry a couple of years ago. And last year in 2023, in 2023, the guy, one of the two guys that own the factory that the gold medal models has always been produced in, had a stroke. And it really knocked him down, and he has been making a recovery. He is supposed to make a full recovery at some point, but it made it to where he can't really work and produce the photo etch and everything, and this went on for a few months, and because they were not sure exactly when he was going to be able to come back and be full speed, and when production was going to go again, and production had been months behind, we had to make a decision. Are we going to wait and possibly never get it produced again, or are we going to try to do something different? Well, we tried to do something different, and we succeeded. I've got a friend that has been in this industry for many years. I've worked with him for almost 20 years, and he got us hooked up, got us going, and we have been trying to get this stuff produced at a different factory, but still keep all of the good stuff, all the things that made gold medal, and we've been going back and forth. We've been working on it for months, and finally, we have something that I think is going to be good, and I hope and I think that you're going to like them. And I want to show you the first three, what they look like. This is what we've got. So these, I should have these on display, and not only on display, but for sale at Nationals. This is the exact same stuff as before. Nothing different, other than a different manufacturer and different packaging, as you can probably see. Uh, but let's see, here is the backside. So the instructions are still the same. Everything about them is exactly the same, except for the packaging that they're in. Obviously, you see they're not in an envelope anymore. It's more of the style of photo etch that other companies kind of use. But it's I kind of like it because you can see the photo etch in the envelope. I mean, the envelope is cool. It's nostalgic. That's how Lauren always did it, and there's nothing wrong with it. The only thing is, like at a show or in the shop, if you want to look at it, you got to pull it out. Well, some of these parts are very fragile. So doing it this way, you're able to see exactly what you're getting without opening it up. So that's I'm excited about it. It is a long time coming, but those are finally ready, or finally close to ready, and we should have those at the Nationals. So we'll see how it goes. So that's thing one. Thing two is going to be what we've talked about on here for several weeks, and this is another thing that we will premiere, I guess you can say, at the Nationals. Let's see. And Jason, this one's for you, buddy, because you've been asking the most about these. We finally have our sprue nippers done. Now, we've got three different ones. So there they are. So I'll go back. So this is, and you can read here on the back, I wrote Squadron Tools offers three different sprue cutters: a basic rough cut, which is what you're looking at here with the red handles, and then a precision cut, and then a high precision cut. And I wrote in there that when used together, these three cutters make the perfect team for tackling any plastic model kit. So this that you're looking at here, the basic rough cut, this is similar to some of the cutters that we've offered before. This is just your cheap, basic, nothing really special about it. It's just a good old sprue cutter, and you're not going to hurt this one. I mean, you can cut big old chunk. I use them. I cut big old chunks of resin with these things, and they're just really sturdy, heavy duty, but not really for fine detail. Then you jump up here to what we call, or what we're going to call, the precision sprue cutters. And this is a nice cutter. This is really nice. It's got it's a what do you call it? A single edge cutter. So instead of pinching the parts like we've talked about before, this is actually going to cut through from one side and give you a really smooth cut. Just a really nice thing. And you can see on this one in the background there, you've seen, we've talked about, everybody was asking about God hand cutters and all these other brands. It's all the same type of thing, same shape. So we're doing the same thing everybody else is. If we're going to put this little leather pouch cover thing on there, so you'll have that to protect it. And then we jump up to what we call the high precision sprue cutter, and this one's the man. This is for your really, really fine, delicate parts. This cuts like butter. It just I can't wait for you to try it. So it's just really, really fine cutting. There's virtually, if you cut it right, depending on where you put it on your sprue, there's virtually no cleanup. It's just really, really awesome. I wish that I had something like this the whole time that I've been building models, but I just found out about this kind of sprue cutter within the past year or so. So as soon as I started using these style of cutters, it really really made my model building a lot more enjoyable, because before I was using something like this for everything. So I'd cut them off, and then I'm spending 5 minutes on each little cut trying to clean it up and fix it and fix where it pinched the parts. But not anymore with these guys. It's awesome. So I hope you'll try them. If you've never tried this style of sprue cutter, um, try them. I think you'll love them. It really makes it really makes the modeling more enjoyable. Um, and that's what it's about for me because I love building the models. It's like the first time I used an airbrush. I'm like, wow, why wasn't I doing this the whole time? So anytime I can get a tool that makes what I have to do a little bit easier, it makes it more enjoyable that I want to build more. I can do it faster so I can build more. So it's neat, it's interesting, it's fun, and I'm very excited to be able to offer these as one of our squadron products. So, all right, let's see what else do I have to show. All right, this one. Some of you might laugh at me about this. Everybody at the shop laughs at me, but I don't care. I like it. So several years ago at Free Time Hobbies, you probably saw our storefront with the big giant muffler man out front that we called Mr. Hobby. Well, I am a big hot sauce guy. I love hot sauce. I eat a lot of tacos, a lot of hot wings. Just I like my hot sauce, and the hotter it is, the better. All right. So one of the things that we did many years ago at Free Time Hobbies is we created Mr. Hobby's hot sauce. And here it is. So it was a red habanero hot sauce, and the label on it featured our Mr. Hobby standing outside of our hobby store, and it was cool. It was something fun, and just really enjoyed doing it. So what we have done now is started a new line of hot sauce for Squadron, and this is our first one. I'll pull up a picture here so you can see it better. This is the B24. I call it the Dragon's Breath hot sauce. And it features, here's the label artwork, features artwork from Peter of one of the most decorated, well, as far as the artwork goes, decorated B24s of all time. Of course, the dragon in his tail. So it's pretty cool, and it's also a red habanero flavor, and it's pretty hot. One of the one of my favorite stories about this hot sauce is when we did the Mr. Hobby's hot sauce back in Blue Ridge at our store. We had we had this customer come in, and we knew him. He was a local friend of ours, and he came in and we showed him the Mr. He saw it sitting up on the desk. He says, "Oh, I like hot sauce," and he says, "Is that really hot?" And of course, my wife gets on to me about telling her what's hot and what's not as far as hot sauce goes because apparently nothing is too hot for me. So uh, the guy said, "Is it hot?" And of course, I said, "Not. I mean, it's not too bad." And Dad he was working there that day. He says, "It's a little hot." Well, the guy said, "Well, let me try it. I like hot sauce." So he got a little spoon or whatever it was, and he put some on there, and he just threw it in his mouth. And he was standing there, and his face started turning a little red, and he goes, "Wow, that's hot sauce." So this particular one, I really like it, but it is a little hot. I will admit. But I hope I'm going to put this on the website. We're going to sell it. If we sell any at all, I've got Peter has done some other artwork. This is a B24. We want to do a three pack that's got a B24. We've got a B17 and a B29 artwork that we're going to do. It's pretty cool, and we'll try to make them all not so hot, but it's cool. I'll have those up on the website. Hopefully soon. Let's see what you guys are talking about over here real quick before I keep going down my list. We got a couple other cool things I want to show you. Tom, you will be able to order the sprue cutters soon. Probably before nationals for sure. We're going to get them up on the website in the next week or two. Right now, if you've noticed on our website, we've got a big disclaimer when you get to the checkout that says we're not shipping right now because we're kind of well, we're moving, but that's not the only reason we can't ship. The internet has not been turned on at our new warehouse yet. So I'm supposed to have it. Let's see. They're coming Friday to hook it up so they can start billing us for it on Monday the 1st. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that we can be back to full speed shipping, or at least half speed shipping next week. But we'll get those sprue cutters put up on the site soon, no later than Nationals. I mean, we're planning on premiering them, if you will, at Nationals, but we're hoping to get them up on the website right before that. Let's see. Danny, yeah, get you some hot sauce, buddy. It's good stuff. All right, let's see. What else do I have that we want to look at real quick? Oh, these are cool. I've had so much stuff come in, and being over here in Ringgold, I've not been able to see any of this stuff because it's been back in Ellijay. So everything's finally coming over here. So I've been grabbing stuff to bring home and look at and review and everything. These just showed up, and you've got to check these out. So the 48 scale B26 kit, we got some decals in from Zotz. These are their brand new decals, and I've got them here. They're great, but instead of trying to show them to you on here, I got a picture that we can look at to give you a lot better idea. So there you go. There's what they've got. But this is a really nice set. Zotz, if you've not used a set of Zotz decals, they do a really good job. And they've got some really interesting things. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. There's what the front cover looks like. You've got, and these are, I guess, horrible pictures. I need better pictures. These look fine on the website. They don't look good here, though, or at least not on my screen. But you got those two choices, and then you've got these others as well. And it comes with these two sheets. So nice to see them getting those done. And I am sure there's going to be a lot more decal options coming out for that kit at some point, because that is certainly a very popular kit. So, I talked about Barry. I just saw your chat, Barry. It's funny because that's actually the exact name that we're planning on using. So that's cool. Wes, so the P-38, we want to do a set of the bombers. The company that's doing these for us, they make a little 3-pack tray. So I want to do a 3-pack of bombers. If we sell enough, if people want them enough, we've got a set of fighters that we want to do too. And in fact, we have 2 3-pack sets of fighters planned. You can probably imagine what the first 3 would be, but I don't know exactly yet. So yeah, P-38's definitely on the list. So buy some bomber sauce so we can make sure to get down the line to the P-38s. I talked about moving. Obviously, I've been talking about moving. Talk about when we get moved, how much more space we're going to have, and how all these other companies or manufacturers that we've got that we're planning on bringing in and offering. And one of those, we're going to be ready as soon as we get back to shipping. Hopefully next week. This one will go live on the website. But we've got a lot of stuff that's literally packed up over in boxes that's not even open yet. And we've got some shipments that are on their way to us now that the warehouse exists. One of them showed up today, actually. This is pretty cool. We'll talk about that in a minute. But one of the new brands that I'm excited about, because see, here I go. I'm going to turn this around to talking about a 35th scale Dora, because I'm so in love with that Dora. I'm also a big fan of other German railroad items, and this company is one that I've known about for a while. We just haven't had the room or time, but now we do. So starting in a week or two, as soon as I can get everything in order over here, you will be able to buy Saber models from us. and they've got some really cool kits. They're 35th scale, um, and they're just this this fits the bill for my kind of stuff to build along with that Dora and the Leopold and all those kind of things. So, and they've got some other non-railroad items too, but their rail cars that they've got are just really really nice. And I don't have any pictures of them, but oh, I thought I had another. I guess I don't. Anyway, they've got a couple others that I guess I don't have pictures of. But the cool thing about them is they offer these, and we'll have them. They offer them as deluxe kits that have like a. If it were a ship model, we'd call it a wood deck. So I guess we'll call it a wood deck. But the wood slats on the top, they've got a um, basically done like a ship model wood deck that you put on there. They look awesome, and I'm excited to get myself a couple of those. So those are going to be very nice. So keep an eye out for Saber models. I'll have those added up on the site soon, along with a few other brands that I guess I'll tease each week. Let's see, what do we got? Jump down here. Dave's Plastic, the B1700th from Edward. They are still on track for August release. We might, fingers crossed, get them by the end of July, but they are technically an August release for Edward. Sometimes we get their releases a couple of weeks earlier than the month they're slated for, but that one is technically an August release. So no later than August, and fingers crossed, perhaps in the end of July. Listen, and speaking of that kit, I hope you guys have ordered one because they are sold out at Edward. They're sold out from what I understand, and we gave them our numbers, and I don't know. The last few days I haven't looked, but we will be sold out very soon if we're not already sold out. It's going to be awesome. I hope you guys are getting one and are as excited about it as I am, because it's going to be cool. The HK Models kit was awesome, and being able to have all this extra stuff that Edward's putting in there is just going to be great. Kimberly, RT Diorama, I don't know. I would like to say I'm going to have everything, but that is one I'll have to look into. If you'll send me information about them to info@squadron.com, I'd love to check it out. The 200 scale Pickney, those I was going to talk about those a little later because I got something fun for us to look at. But I'll go ahead and answer that question now. They are slated to be here at the end of July. They will just miss nationals, unfortunately, but we should have them a week or two after that. Recon models. So the AK models, real color, we have had it, and we were trying to blow it all out, and it was part of our moving sale. Moving paint is not really fun, but that is one of those things that I want to get in here. I got a lot of people asking for it. It's really good stuff, and I hope that we can get stocked back up on that really good at some point. But we've probably got a few bottles left. The paint is one of the last things that we're planning on moving from LJ, but it'll probably all be gone by the time we get it over here. But it is a good brand, and I do hope to have it. It's just one of those things, we got to get to it. So we'll try to get it stocked up as much as we, or as quick as we can. Let's see, Michael. This is a good question. What makes Pontos upgrade sets so great and expensive? Well, the reason they're great is because of how much stuff you get in there. All of the things that you would normally buy aftermarket, whether it be photo etch rails or photo etch ladders or resin AA guns or turned brass barrels or the wood deck, or now this day and age, 3D printed this or 3D printed that, whatever it is, all those things that you would normally pick and choose and buy a la carte, if you will, they're all included in the one set. So there's no guessing and wondering, well, what all do I need to make my model better? So you can get everything that you need in one box. The reason it's so expensive is it is a lot of stuff, but also you got to consider the amount of time and effort these guys like Pontos put into the research and the development of those items. Now, certainly there is a cost to the actual materials in the box. That I mean, there is, but you also have to consider the time and effort it took to create that, because there's doing the research, figuring out what you need, designing it, drawing it on the computer in the design software. But then not only that, then you've got to manufacture it, and then you've got to build the model, and you've got to test fit it. And when something doesn't fit, you got to go back to the drawing board and redo it. So there's a lot of time and effort that these companies put into this. And honestly, I'm sometimes surprised that they ever get them done, and especially get so many of these sets done. But that's what it is. I mean, you get everything all in one box, and what you get is really nice. But it really takes the guesswork out of it. You get everything you need. You don't have to worry about missing something. And then, like I said, as far as the cost goes, it's just the research and the development, and paying the guy for his time really is a lot of it, because he puts a lot of time and effort into those things. But they're nice sets. Once you get one of those sets, it's I don't know. It's hard for me to do a ship model without a big set like that. And the crazy thing for me, I don't know about you guys, but I have yet to use one of those sets and use 100% of what's in the box. Now, sometimes that's because they give you extra, I don't know, extra 20 millimeter gun barrels or something because they know you're going to drop some. But sometimes there's just things in there, I don't even know how to use them. I don't know. Maybe you guys are better than me at it, but maybe I'll get better one day, right? Hey, medic man, good to see you tonight. All right, let's see. Let me get back over here. I made a list tonight so I don't forget anything. Let's see. All right, a couple other things that's come in. Had a lot of people asking when we were going to get these. They've been here in a box, and I finally got that box open. And this week at the new place, and here they are. To me, is new Leopard 2. Nice kit. And I showed you this a second ago, the mini art. We got a bunch of mini art stuff in, and I was finally able to open those up today, and steal one of these out. This is the new Stuart. This is the early production version, and this particular one has the interior kit. And if you're not into the interior kit, that's fine. I just posted the early production version with no interior. Started taking pre-orders for that this week. But these are very nice kits. I hope you all got to see my interview I did with Alina from Mini Art a few weeks back. And if you saw that, you understand a little bit more about their company now. And if you've not tried a Mini Art kit, you got to try one because they're cool kits, cool subjects, very nicely done. This is one that I'm going to have. Just a very interesting cargo truck, German truck. And then this one's not new, but it's finally back in stock because Mini Art sold out their first production run. They didn't realize they needed to make as many as they needed to. They didn't know it was going to be so popular. But this cargo trailer, the nicknamed the Ben-Hur trailer, this has been a really great little kit, and not much to it. An easy build, but very interesting subject matter. And happy to have these back in stock now. So check those out if you hadn't. All right, let's jump into, before I start talking about the move, I got to show this off. This is the last thing before we talk about the move a little bit. All right, you saw me pull this out a few minutes ago. This is the HS Models Arleigh Burke set. And this is an awesome box. You see the kind of chrome color changing whatever logo, but this, talking about Pontos models, this is the same concept as a Pontos model, but it's for the 200 scale Arleigh Burke kit. And when I got these things in, this box is huge. I was not expecting such a big and honestly nice box for a detail set. Uh, and it's kind of funny because some of the guys back at the shop, that perhaps didn't really know what this was going to be. They opened it up and pulled it out, and they said, "Oh, this is cool, 200 scale Arleigh Burke," and they were trying to figure out how did a hole get fit in this box because it looks like a model kit. It doesn't look like a detail set, but and I have not opened one of these up yet, so this will be the first time I've seen in here too. These things really have a lot of stuff in there. All right. So, first of all, you have a huge checklist of what is included in here. I mean, this is just nuts. I'll show it here and you can watch the replay. You can pause this later uh, and really look through here and see the entire list of what's included. So, when the replay of this show goes live, just go to what's that, whatever time frame we're at, 46 minutes, and hit the pause button. You can check that out. I'll also get that put up on the website soon. But this set, man, they have so much stuff in here. All the 3D printed parts. I'm going to have to open all this up and take some pictures and post all this stuff because it's too much stuff to look at right now. Paint masks, decals, a ton of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, talking about the guys that make these things, their time and research. I mean, imagine not just designing it, but imagine laying these instructions out to make sure that all of this stuff fits and you know how to set all this stuff up on the model kit. Yeah, and I'm assuming that I guess we can look at the checklist. I've seen the pictures of these figures that you can see here, and I'm hoping they're included. And if not, I got to find out how to get them because those are awesome. I don't see them on here. I'll have to find out if they're in here or not because those figures that they've done are really awesome for this, and I hope they're included. They've got them all in here in the instructions. Oh, look at that. The instructions are front and back. So anyway, this set is just really, really got a lot going on. And, with the picnic coming out, this, if you look on the front, it says that it'll work with a flight 1 or 2, or also with the 2A and the 3. So, I don't know. You guys probably know better than me the differences in those flight versions, but perhaps this can also be used for the new version of the kit that's coming out. So that's an awesome set. Now, I want to show you something that's even a little bit more awesome than that. So back when that kit first came out, the Curtis Wilbur kit, that is, we sent one to modelwarships.com and Martin Quinn. He reviewed the kit, and you can look at that at www.modelwarships.com. Go to the review section, you could find it. And he talked about the plastic kit, not this HS set, just the regular I Love kit, 200 scale Arleigh Burke kit. And then after he got done reviewing it, he sent the review sample over to another good friend named Keith Bender. And Keith built the kit. And I just recently received the, trying to find, where are we at? Come on. Oh, there it is. Just received this from them. From Martin sent me the email, and Keith got done building it, and this this is done out of the box. As far as I mean, he may have added a few other things, but let me say it a different way. He did not use the HS Models superset for this. This is all. This was done before this set even came out. So this is just the I Love kit, USS Curtis Wilbur, and Keith did a fantastic job on this. Now, if you want to look at this, you can go to modelwarships.com and go into the build review section and find Keith Bender's build review. And he'll go through the whole thing, give you the good, the bad, and the ugly about it. So if you're building one of these kits, this might be something for you to look at. Keith will tell you all the things that you might consider doing as you're building. But nonetheless, he did a fantastic job getting this put together. Keith's work's always good, but it was just nice to see this. This is one of the first, if not the first, one of this particular kit that I've seen finished. So just excited to see it. It's a great kit, and now we have an awesome detail set to add to it too. So Keith, if you're watching this, or if you ever see this, I guess you got to build another one now and add this HS Models detail set to it, and might take you a little bit longer. But nonetheless, that's an excellent job on that, and happy to see that done. All right, let's see. What else do we have? I think that's all I've got, except for showing you a few pictures of the new place and giving you an update on where we're at. Let's see. Answer a couple more questions in here. Recon models. You've got just about every German railroad kit. Good. I need to have all of them. Hey, you need to make sure to get one of the new border models kits that's coming out. It's pretty excited about that one. They've got the new rail or flat car with the I forget which gun it is, some AA gun. I forget which one it is, but all right, let's see. Joseph, can we still put in orders at this time? Yes, please do. That would be great. And just know that there will be a little bit of a delay getting them out. Usually we get orders shipped out within the same day that you ordered, or the same 24 hours. You order it today, we ship it tomorrow, kind of thing. But right now, that's not really going to be the case. So if you were to order tonight, it'll be at least sometime next week before we get it shipped out. But as long as you know that, yes, please order whatever you need. Our inventory is still live, and orders are just being put in line. As soon as we get started shipping again next week, we will fulfill orders in the order that they came in this week. Ed wants to know about the 200 scale Fletchers. They are in progress. I've actually got one of them here, and I don't know what box it's in, but I'm going to bring it to Nationals with me. So make sure to come check that out. I'll have it there. You can look at it. They are supposedly going to have them done this year, but that probably means the very, very end of the year. So as soon as I know more on that, I'll certainly let you know. And Tim, if you're talking about the Dragon Scharnhorsts, the 350 Scharnhorsts, those that's in the same boat as a lot of this other stuff, like Saber. Just waiting on us to get up and running here. I should have those. We should have all the pre-orders shipped out. If we can get everything up and running next week, I'll have them shipped out next week, but it may fall into the following week. But they will be amongst the first things, like the Dragon Destroyers and a lot of other pre-order kind of stuff. That I know a lot of people are waiting on those X Plus Retisauruses. Those will be cut loose. Lots of pre-orders will finally be cut loose next week or the week after, as soon as we get up and running. Let's see. Yeah, and that Yamato, the deluxe Yamato, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, those are also going to be here next week or the week after if I'm not getting my container loads mixed up in my head. All right. Well, let's take a look. Let me show you guys where we're at. Oh, I just got a note on that one. The Verifier Yamato is the next container. Oh, never mind. I'm being corrected again. Let's see what they say. My warehouse guys are always sending me notes telling me what I said wrong. All right. So here is over in Ringgold, or here in Ringgold, I should say. We have a few different buildings that we're loading into. So this is me standing in what we are referring to as our small overflow warehouse. And we finished filling this up. So we finished filling that up, and that's actually we've had that for about a month now. And we've been slowly moving things over there that we don't need. And uh, but then we got into our first 10,000 square foot warehouse, and this is that. And this was when was this? Yesterday? Yeah, this was yesterday. This was the first truck into the new place yesterday morning. And you'll notice that the video just stopped. So this is this was a wonderful way to get the week started. So my wife was taking this video and I was inside, and there was something I wanted her to take a picture of, so I hollered at her to turn around and take a picture. So she paused or stopped the video right there. Well, about 5 seconds after she stopped the video, you can see there that machine on the left, that's one of our shrink wrap machines. Well, right after she stopped taking that video, this is what happened next. Somehow the wheels on the shrink wrap machine that were locked, or we think they were locked, all of the sudden were not locked. And it pushed that rack out and fell with it. And yeah, I guess we're going to have a lot of IBG kits added to our scratch and dent sale at one of the upcoming shows that we take our scratch and dent stuff to. But we got the machine put back up, or flipped back up, rolled inside, got the truck docked, and there you can see we started getting the truck unloaded, and all was good. So that's where we are, just getting 2 days into truck after truck after truck going into our first spot, our the first 10,000 square feet. So now, if you're wondering why am I saying the first 10,000 in the small, we got this whole area is like an industrial complex, and there's all these different warehouses, and we're basically renting whatever we need. So this, however, which is right across from our warehouse we're moving into right now, this is our 20,000 square foot building that's going to be kind of like our main building. This is where our offices are going to be. This is where the the big warehouse, the main inventory, this is where everything's going to be. If you come visit us, right here, somewhere in here, is going to be the front door. That's where you'll walk in. You'll find me at my desk. You'll find we'll have a small little area that we're going to call the Squadron Museum. That's where that's going to be. When you come to our open house events, this is where you'll walk in here, and we'll show you around and show you how to get there. So this is the current status of of what will be our main building, what you will know Squadron for. And right now you can see they got the footers poured. This picture I took a few days ago before they laid the block, and I just realized I don't have a picture. They got the loading dock finished up today, actually. But that's kind of the deal with that. And here and now I'm standing in the same spot. Right here. I turned around. That's where we are right now, or where we're moving into at the moment. So we'll be there until this gets done. And this is supposed to be done. They're pouring the concrete this week, supposedly. And the building is supposed to be here in July. And he says it'll take him 1 to 2 months to get it finished from that point. So, maybe the end of September we'll be there. But this is where we'll be for now. Let's see, what else do I have? Here's another shot of it. No, that's not it. That's the one beside it. Well, whatever. You get the point. Here's again, it's funny, they're building this retention pond right next to us. So we get to watch dump trucks all day long right now. And there's my buddy John that came to help us move everything in. So that's been a big help. Moving more pallets. So here, this was this morning before the truck showed up today. Is before all the action started this morning, I actually was able to think about taking a picture, but we got everything kind of, I don't know, semi organized, starting to make rows over here. And of course, we don't have all of our big racks yet, so a lot of stuff is just piled up over here. But there's a couple more rows of pallets there now, a couple more rows of shelves there now, and then by the end of tomorrow, the majority of this room's probably going to be pretty full. At least we hope so. So this is the Ellijay warehouse. After they loaded everything up, I said, "Hey, what's it look like back in Ellijay right now?" So they did a little walkthrough, and he told me, he said, "Don't worry, you've got about half of it." So there's a bunch of empty shelves in some spots, but then in some places it's like, wow, there's still a bunch of stuff around. So we'll get there. Yeah, there's the guys back at the shop loading up, counting how many truckloads we've shipped off. So very a lot of stuff, very long days, I guess we can say, but it'll be good. And we're excited to be over here, excited to get it all done. But, and the crazy thing is, we're going to get it all moved over here. And then right after we get here and get it sort of kind of in order, we got to pack up one truck to go up to Nationals. But we'll pick and choose the stuff that we take up there for sure. So, Douglas, the painted flight deck for the Ford kit, they are on one of our containers. It's probably going to be here in August, I think, is when we're getting them. I don't know how we missed getting them on our last container, but we did, and I apologize about that, but we'll be getting them on the next one. Recon, yeah, scratch and dent for sure. What I usually do with the scratch and dent stuff is I usually take it to one of the Atlanta shows, usually the Amps figure show. So that's probably what'll end up happening with that, but I don't know. We'll see. And going back to this painted flight deck, my guys are telling me that's not been released yet. So I apologize. I guess I won't be getting them in August. Yeah, he says no, they messed up and didn't do something, so they had to delay it. So it's actually not even being released until July. So we probably won't get it till September. So, oh, okay. He says that that is news as of today. Okay, that's why I didn't know. Perfect. Well, we'll get them as soon as we can. And yeah, Kenny, you asking about what we're talking about here. The 700 scale Magic Factory Gerald R. Ford, they have a pre-painted flight deck that you can use for that. It's got all the markings on it. It's really nice if you don't care anything about doing the decal work yourself and just want a nicely painted deck. That will be available, but obviously not as quickly as I thought it was going to be. Franco, the logistics of the move looks crazy. Well, it's only crazy because we're trying to in some degree, stay operating and keep the business running. Uh, Obviously, this week we can't ship anything, so that I don't like that. I wish we could keep. Well, I take that back. We are shipping all the orders that we can pull. That inventory was still in LJ. They're working on those or getting those shipped. But at this point, at least half of the inventory is now here. And then by the end of tomorrow, or especially the end of Friday, the majority of the inventory will be here, if not all of it. Uh, so, and in fact, UPS and the post office, their last day to pick up in LJ, I believe, is Friday. So, pretty much whatever doesn't leave LJ today, or what didn't leave today, there might be a few things that leave tomorrow, but that's pretty much it. But we're doing the best we can. The phones, unfortunately, if you've tried to call me, you've got the voicemail and you hear me saying, sorry, we're not taking phone calls right now. I want to get that fixed as soon as possible. But right now, just moving stuff and packing. Those guys are packing. I'm unloading. So we'll get back into full swing as quick as we can, for sure. Michael, no, Pontos is here. And at this point, if you need anything, even if it is in LJ, actually, they're telling me now. See, I'm not in LJ, so I don't know these things. I'm getting these notes as my guys back there are listening to me say things that apparently aren't true. They said everything in LJ is now packed up, ready for a truck. So I guess that means the last shipment has left LJ, and that is apparently official. So the next shipment from Squadron will come from Ringgold, and that won't happen until next week when I can get internet. So, but anyway, yeah, I know all the Ponto stuff is already here though, Michael. So, but if there's a set that you want, if the website says it's in stock, go ahead and place that order, and we will get it shipped to you as quickly as we can. Just know that it's not going to be immediate, like our orders usually are. So, I guess that's about it for tonight, guys. Lots of cool stuff. I'm glad the gold medal is back. Really glad to have these sprue nippers. I wasn't sure that the sprue nippers were going to make it in time to show off at nationals. One of the other things that's finally going to be here, and I'll be ready to show off and sell and everything. Let's see, is this one. We've been talking about this for a couple of years now. The AJ Savage in Action book. Those will finally be released at nationals as well. So if you've been thinking about getting one of those, you can pick it up from me at nationals, or you can put it in a pre-order. We'll get it shipped out for you as soon as we get them released. But that'll be here. So very excited about that. So that's going to do it, I guess. Make sure to send me some pictures. Next week is our July 3rd show and tell, and we will look at what all we've built. I'm going to try to pull out a couple of mine and show you some things. So send me some pictures of your stuff that you've built or that you're working on, and it'll be a fun time. I look forward to it. And come see us when we get set up. We're going to try to get it done as quick as possible. I don't know if it will happen, but we would love to have our first open house in time for Christmas. That's a tall order, but we're trying. We're gonna do the best we can. So, well, guys, y'all take it easy, build some models, and I'll see you back here next Wednesday night. I really appreciate y'all. Have a good evening.